All right, guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. Going to be getting to the round 2 showdown picks here for the Wells Fargo Championship, and this is a slate that I'm pretty excited for, just given the fact that our golfers in round 1 didn't exactly dominate, and they really have been for the past 2 months. Round 1 showdown has been really nice, which meant round 2 showdown has not been as good. That kind of is just how it goes, where there's a balancing act, okay? I don't know if you guys have been watching Moon Knight on Disney Plus, but the scales, when the round 1 scales up here, the round 2 showdown is going to be there. So now we're tipping the scales a little bit more into the round 2 showdown side. Okay, guys, that's just how it goes. So personally, I'm pretty excited for this slate. And not only that, but we're going to have a little bit of a weather advantage. And it'll be interesting to see if people attack it, because really they haven't been as much as they should be thus far this season. So let's get into it. So I do want to touch on that weather advantage real quick. So just looking at it right now, 6 a.m., 4 mile per hour winds, 7 a.m., 5 mile per hour winds, 8 a.m., 4 mile per hour winds, 9 a.m., 6 mile per hour winds, 10 a.m., 7 mile per hour winds, 11 a.m., 8 mile per hour winds, 12 p.m., 10 mile per hour, 12 mile per hour winds. And then from there on, it gets increasingly higher until 3 p.m. when it gets up to 15 mile per hour winds. And now we know that really the wind doesn't start to really make a difference until it gets over 15 mile per hour winds. But if you are playing in a difference of weather throughout your round, that does start to add up. It kind of it's harder to play when the weather gets drastically different throughout your round. And I do want to bring that up because at around 3 p.m., it's looking like there could be scattered thunderstorms. So really what that is showing me is that the PM wave might have a delay, or they might even have to play on Saturday. And for me, I hate targeting golfers that might have to start and stop throughout a round. It's just hard to get momentum going. So eventually they might get it going, but that start and stop nature is very tough and difficult to navigate for those golfers. It kind of throws off their routine. So that is something I just want to avoid. I want to be targeting those known factors. Those known factors is that the golfers in the AM, most likely, I'm not a weather expert, we're going off of PGA Tour weather, Wells Fargo Championship, and it's telling us that there's going to be a weather advantage for the AM, and that's what I'm going off of, okay? So we don't know that for sure, but obviously, it's looking like that. So we do want to be targeting the AM tee time. So with that, there's going to be some players that are going to be some strong plays. So just real quick, looking at the cut sweat. So right now in GPPs, the 6 for 6% is about 5%, okay? For 5 out of 6 is about 22%, and the norm is going to be 4 out of 6 with 39%. It's kind of the same for cash as well, except for cash is looking like 10% has 6 for 6 across the cut line, and then it's about the same. The biggest cut sweat obviously is going to be Corey Connors, Seamus Power, Keith Mitchell, Seb Straka, Webb Simpson. I mean, it's very tight scoring right now, so a lot of golfers are going to be cut sweats, okay? And this is a course that can eat you up. 1 or 2 bad shots can really hurt you. Obviously, we saw Rory have a double bogey. 1 bad shot kind of ruined his round. Mark Leishman, same thing. I mean, that was a poor shot. Okay, that really wasn't the course. That was just a poor shot by Mark Leishman. But we can see that, really 1 bad shot can really cost you on this course. Okay, so, it wouldn't be surprising if a big name ended up missing the cut. But let's get into the picks for round 2. All right, so we're going to be getting into the round 2 showdown picks for you guys, just talking about, hey, which golfers have that AMT time that we like to see, and which of those golfers is most likely to play well. So we're going to start off with that round 2 regression, those golfers that are most likely to play better in round 2 than they did in round 1. Typically, that can lead to some really upside finishes from golfers. So we're looking at Keith Mitchell. He actually ranked 6th on the slate, but number 1 in the tee time split for the AM golfers. Then we got Tyler Duncan, David Lipsky, Russell Henley, Russell Knox, Cameron Young, Chad Ramey, Patrick Reed, and Cameron Piercy. So I like to see that. So just looking at those guys right there, if you guys want to make an upside build, that's kind of what we're doing here. You could go Keith Mitchell, kind of cheap there. You could go Tyler Duncan, who's really cheap. And, you're kind of seeing him pretty just going off of that path. But what I like to do, round 2 ranking, it kind of brings in all the factors. The golfers that are most likely to have a good round 2, Keith Mitchell, Russell Henley, Siwoo Kim popping up there as well, Sergio Garcia, Cameron Young, David Lipsky, Matthew Naismith, Matt Kuchar, Joel Damon, Max Homa, Jonathan Vegas. So for me, really what I want to be targeting are the players that I was already targeting this week. So for me, that's going to be someone like Max Homa. I really like Russell Henley. I really like you go to Cameron Young, Sergio Garcia. I really like those guys. But Siwoo Kim is a golfer that keeps popping up just on Showdown sites. And I think that's because, one, he's always underpriced and he just keeps producing. So he would not be a bad name. If you guys want to play him, you can. And like, you could really make a strong balance build in round 2 Showdown. So you go Cameron Young, you could go with Sergio. I mean, you could just do that and you are sitting really good. 7.8 left over. Let's just go Johnny V. I mean, this is a very good lineup. This could be a very strong cash lineup right there. And we didn't have to work much for it. We're just targeting the golfers that are most likely to, play well in round 2. They're all priced the same. I mean, that's a balanced build and it's a logical build targeting the AM PM split. Okay. I like that a lot. But let's just talk about the golfers real quick that, might have played well that are going to be cheap pay down plays. Like Tyler Duncan, well, he didn't play well. Peter Monali did. I do expect him to continue to play well. Nick Taylor, maybe, we'll see. But like down low, we got like Dylan Wu, Wesley Bryan. I'm okay with those guys if you end up on them. They might shoot over par, but I don't think they're going to hurt you in terms of cashing. They probably would hurt you in terms of winning a GPP, though. They're fine lineup fillers. Like if you feel good about your lineup and you're down in that price point range, I'm good with it. Peter Malnati, I do like a decent amount. That's just kind of what we got for this slate. And then real quick, don't play this lineup, guys. That's going to be a winning lineup. Don't do it. That's for me. That's for me only. Okay. But real quick, who is most likely to win heading into round 2 with those AM tee times? Okay. We're looking at Joel Damon. Obviously, he's played well. Jason Day, number 2. Then Matt Kuchar. So if you are someone that likes to place outright bets after round 1, or maybe hedge a bet, we were already on Matt Kuchar. So you probably already had that bet. You could possibly double down. He's rated 5th overall, but 3rd with the AMT time split. Surprisingly, Mackenzie Hughes, number 4. Max Homa, number 5. Sergio Garcia, number 6. Sergio Garcia better not win. His comments today, it really got to me. It didn't. It didn't at the same time, because that Saudi Golf League, that is just going to be a better version of the Champions Tour for a golfer like Sergio, who's past his prime, like Lee Westwood, I guess, I don't know, Ian Poulter, Jason Kokrak, Kevin Na, Phil, like those are all golfers, maybe not Jason Kokrak, but those are all golfers that are kind of past their prime, and they're all golfers that are tough to cheer for. So I'm sure for them personally, they probably do want some fans that are going to appreciate their golf game or appreciate who they have been. Okay. It's going to be like wrestling. Okay. It's going to be like the TNA or the AEW, where they're bringing in a bunch of these old veterans just for name value. Okay. And that's really all it is. Sure. It could be fun for a little bit. It could be the XFL for a little bit, the AAF for a little bit, the USFL for a little bit, but it'll probably get old pretty fast. So that'll be interesting, but that's my long way of saying I hope Sergio doesn't win. And then after that, Siwoo, Russell Henley, Matthew Naismith as well. So just kind of an interesting way to look at it if you're trying to hedge your bets, because I do think there could be an advantage just in general by targeting the AM split there. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope this was a quick and easy video for you guys to get the information. I want to start doing that a little bit more frequently. Fast, easy videos where the information is right there for you guys. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. And as always, let's keep cashing, guys.